Can they see us? Is it too angled down? Are we too high? I don't want to make it. We're back to our blurry live ways. Our blurry live waves. But hopefully the sound is clear and everything's cool. Am I getting sound out this week now? We should be check. Yeah, we should be good. You know what? We're back, man. We're back on this live stream because it just felt like something was missing from our Wednesdays. And just doing the podcast and then having to do the post-production, even though it's not that much, it gets a little tough sometimes because I have so much stuff on my plate right now. And the VV stuff is such a passion project. You got to make sure you're taking care of, your A and B stuff before you get to have fun with this kind of stuff. So, from time to time, we might have to take the podcast route. But for now, man, feels good to be live, back with Benjamin right here to my right. How you doing, Ben?
Back. Good. Happy to be live again. It's how it is. It's how it should be. Feels more natural this way.
And I've been pretty busy, man.
Funk Vision is
You've
out
been busy
this week.
too. You were in Mexico.
I was on a boat cruise.
You've been traveling.
It was dope. Vivi's been in a state of super FUD. Everything's been going down. Everything's been crashing. Not just Vivi, but of course the FUDers want to blame Vivi, even though they see the whole world crumbling around them.
Oh yeah, things are getting tough.
It's funny. It's funny when you see all this shit though, and you're just like, damn, you guys don't pay attention to what's going on. Well, you're only thinking about Vivi.
Vivi is its own closed ecosystem, so it's like its own little world. So yeah, there are people in there who don't understand at all and just are like, this is the greatest thing ever. It should just be worth a bunch of money just because it's the greatest thing ever. It's like it doesn't matter. So they still got to get all their stuff done and. But yeah, man, I mean, that's what we're at right now. We're in the middle of it. We're talking about it, just looking at how things are lining up, like for economies around the world and for us right here at home, and things getting more and more expensive, and gas about to go up again, and certain stuff about to go up, and housing to go down. Like when people see their house value go down, they're gonna like not panic, but be like, oh, I'm not going to be spending money on this and that. Like, if you think there's an opportunity now in the market, imagine if some of this other stuff falls, not that it's guaranteed to, the housing market could bounce back. Who knows, but again, like, not financial advice, but we're looking at it right now again, like, damn, it's pretty bad. It's pretty down, but it could still get lower and people could still sell. So we could come up really nice. And that'll be a crazy story.
Said a good look at that. Look at that Mickey drop. That's what we got to talk about. We left off last week talking about whether or not we'd go for it, what we expected from it, the people getting it. And I don't remember if you went for the drop. I went for the drop.
I did go for the drop, but I did not purchase. I hit. I was one of those people. I affected your rebound. So if you got a rebound out there, you're welcome. It was me. I hit and I was like, you know what? I'm honestly saving up for my Darth Vader. I've been looking at other stuff in my collection too. Like, I know that Vader's gonna drop a little lower. It's gonna get well under 900.
Well, I hit the ultra rare mint number 328. One of my lowest mints ever to hit on the drop.
Nice.
Not the lowest, but pretty much down there. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's nice. That's great. Yeah, I heard a lot of people hitting the secret rare and getting low mints, and like people on VV Volt's thing. And I was keeping up. I was just like, I'm gonna hold my dollars. Like, I just gotta strategize. Like, what's important right now? I want to stack dollars, stack gems, and just hold on and wait and plan out and be patient.
Yeah, man.
And at the most, I scratched the itch with like $10 here on a comic, 20. But like last night, I've been wanting to buy that T-Rex, the rare, because I think that animation is dope, even though it doesn't try to like eat you or anything. It just kind of like lurks. I'm like, I kind of like that one better because it just looks crazy. But anyway, I was just kind of on the app perusing, looking at the prices, and then someone posts one at like $14.99. I'm like, all right, doop, plucked it off the market. Like,
yeah, one thing that stuck out to me was that how low the lamp went. I bought it at 106, which wasn't a bad price at the time. And now that shit's 70 gems, which I can't believe because It's literally the only
So
animated golden
so
moment,
let me
the
ask you this
first
then.
and the only animated golden moment, and that has to hold some weight.
Let me
Like I
ask.
don't know why the 70. I just don't get the 70. I get it that like it was only a $40 drop, a 40 gem drop. So you still even at 70, you're coming up 30 gems. Then you take your tax hit. So let's just say you're coming up about 25 gems. Damn, y'all are really selling that shit for a 25 gem profit. Like that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
Hey, I
That's one
mean,
thing. There's
it
not
just.
so
I mean,
many of
I have
those
that
either.
right
It's
here too.
only
I'm thinking,
there's
eh,
only 10K of
what it
those.
makes me
Like,
ask is like,
dude,
is there really as many? Because I wrote that on the notes too. Like the Disney dumpage. Like it wasn't just. It's the golden moments again. Last night I saw Iron Man at 200, 202. You know, someone was just getting rid of them. The other day, I saw this one user. He had a funny name. It was Poopy Poop or Poopy Poo or Poopy Pants or something. He was
damn.
dumping all his stuff, dude. I'm talking like 40, 30, 40 gems below, the floor, and I'm looking. I'm like, damn. A lot of the stuff is kind of like on my wish list and stuff I've been wanting to pick up, and he had them pretty low, dude. And this was probably last week for 6 days ago. And now a lot of those prices are right there where he was listing them at. He kind of was a little ahead, you know? And I think about that. Like, there's people who stay on it a lot better than we do. And if they're like big time kind of collectors, they know when to sell. They know when to get like when that next dip's coming so they can kind of ride that, and then move them gems into a new position, into something that was like, damn, I just jumped ship, you know? I kept the same thing. I'm still down in a sense, but because I sold at just a higher low, I'm able now to jump ship, and now I got me this. Like I got this secret rare. I got this, season one that I didn't think I was able to ever get, because everything's in reach right now. For not everything. Obviously, there's secret rares, there's certain stuff, 10 G's, 20 G's. Like who's got that, right? But even stuff within like $2, $3,000, $5,000. Like, hey, someone can walk off the street and try to get that if they wanted to, So it's an interesting time. Um, but
Yeah,
I
that
know,
shit is
speaking from
wild, dude.
myself, like from how I was investing and putting money in, and everyone's obviously feeling this way, where you were in November, October, November, which we're approaching. A year ago, you had a lot more money in your bank account, in your pocket, and this and that. And a lot of normal people are now realizing that. It's hitting them now, like, oh shit. You know what? I better relax and I better cut back. And one
Yeah.
of the first things is gonna be, Vivi and kind of like these, speculative, whatever. Even if you're into it, you're gonna cut back on all things like that, all your toys and all your extra little things. Like, hey, motherfucker, gotta pay the rent. So how Vivi keeps people engaged and entertained, and I think the community's so crazy that you know people are gonna sell their car before they sell their collectibles. Like some people will, but other people, they'll get out, and trip out. So we have to ask ourselves, with the Disney dumpage, are there as many Disney collectors on the app than we think? Or is it merely people who are just trying to flip it? And I mean, it kind of shows with this one that, maybe there aren't as many, that people just assumed, just people knew to hold on to them. Or B, people really do believe right now that no matter what it is, they could just come back and get it at any point. Right? Right? Like, I mean, I even tell
That
myself
too.
that
I mean,
sometimes too. Like,
shit, that too.
hey, I might be able to come back in 2 months, and if it's still the same, I got lucky and I could just, I went and made some money, or I just stopped paying attention for a while, cut it out, and came back and was able to come up. But
Or just to clarify too, the uncommon Mickey, which is the animated with the sound effects, is below retail right now.
right, right, right.
It's worth 51 gems right now, and there's 611 on the market. So I mean, um, it's pretty wild how fast shit's falling. Fell, but even then, those old
But
shits, they got
the
people who
old
want
shit,
them,
but a lot
and
of them fool are like people who bought them at really high prices, who are just holding them outright, and then the people who are willing to sell now on something, it might be something they bought. Like say me with the Homer, with the Homer, right? The Homer and Bart. I bought it at 530 back in March, thinking that was a great price. That was like the low, or 490, somewhere around there.
You
Five.
bought it at 650.
Oh yeah, 650. 650.
650.
I'm not even trying to mask it. I know it's high. Sorry, it just feels. I can't believe how far that shit has fallen too. Right, bought it at 650, thinking, hey, that's a nice one, and now it's 200 or two. Barely could hold
Yep.
200, 210. 185. You could probably catch it at. Um, so the people who are selling like fools like me, who
Dude.
bought it who bought
Ultra
it that
ultra rare
600.
Spider-Man season 1 is down to 1.1k. You can get the ultra rare right now for 1.1k.
Right.
Damn.
Some of the comic prices are pretty ridiculous. So you have to ask yourself now, like, what other drops might people still be anticipating that could bring a big rally or something like that? I mean, obviously Vivi has that catalog, but you see how things do get spaced out.
Not
We
not not trip out on this though. The secret rare season 1 Spider-Man, the floor is at like 7.9k, but
right,
there's only 45. That drop had so many. And even right now in this down shit, you would think more people would be willing to jump out for something that they pay 250 for. And if you put it at 6,000 gems, you're undercutting the floor by so much.
right.
But there's only 45 people willing to sell that one right now. Like
I mean,
there was so many of those.
if you think
Like
about this,
goddamn.
like if you got one of those, you said at 300, and that returner what it's sitting on now at 3,000 still. I mean, dude, that's still like better than Ethereum, or you said 7,000, right?
It's at 7.9k the
That's
floor.
better than an Ethereum return that you could
Crazy,
get right
bro.
now, even in this down market. So that's crazy. The disparity of like uh NFTs, right, and crypto in general, but like how far NFTs can fall. And now we're seeing it because I'm like, there's even things like I remember I bought like an Invisible Woman. I was like, I'm gonna collect all the Mighty Marvels, right? That was important to me. I wasn't even thinking about owning a Superman at the time, or let alone a Todd or something, right? A Todd got as high as 15, 17 grand. So even when it first hit the first level of the low and it was hanging out at 9K or whatever it was, that still looked like, hey, that's out of reach, and people holding it felt confident, like, nah, that's where it is. It'll get back up to 17. It's gonna go to 20 next, 40. So anyway, those are the good old days, right? So it goes down. I didn't think I would have a chance at it now, as I'm picking up
Yeah.
these other items that don't mean, not to be anything. Like, it's cool. Mighty Marvels are cool, this or that, but it's definitely don't mean shit to me now that it's worth, when I bought it on its way down, I bought it for like 35, $40, and now look, it's like $6, $7,
Superman versus Flash battle statue is at
$40.
40 gems.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It's solid at 42, just sitting there. Then someone will list it for 39.99, 39.90, and
We
then
we are
people
in
will
a
buy it.
crazy downtime right now. Damn.
This is
That's
the bear
crazy.
market, Ben. This is the
This is
bear.
insane.
So speaking of which, a little strategy, right? Stacker's delight. If ever there was a time to load the bases, and not financial advice, but just in a sense, like for us who've been in it and things we were buying were a lot higher, this is a nice time just to get a few things, and you feel safer now in a
Steamboat
weird
Willie
way.
uncommons at 75 gems. Damn. I don't have one of those. I
It's
need to pick one of those up.
me too.
I do not own a Steamboat Willie at
Its
all.
previous like low too was 85, and now
Damn,
solid at
bro. That
75.
is insane. Just going through this just to talk about it because damn, the FUD is real though. People are pissed as shit. Like you're seeing more negative shit than you're seeing positive nowadays right now against Vivi. A lot of shots at David Yu and them, and I just particularly don't understand it. You act like you were forced into this shit, and now you're all butthurt. You act like David Yu promised you that you would see a big return on your money that you put in, or
Right,
like a
right.
quick return. If he was like a scammer, fucking telling you, "Hey man, put your money in this with me, and I'm gonna make you rich." Like if he sold you the dream, like no, the dream was manifested. I mean, the dream was sold to you by other people, influencers, shit like that. The excitement of getting into this project because it is exciting. You start thinking about everything it gets like you start breaking shit down, and if you really believe, you're like, oh damn, it could become like really, really crazy what goes on in your head. How you could just see it, you could foresee it. But people are acting like David. You said that, said all the dreams that people have in their heads, and they didn't. And that's why I'm like, bro, how are you guys all pissed like this? Like, there's so much animosity,
And at the
and it's
same
like,
time too, like he
bro,
puts
I
himself
get
out
it.
there so much that he seems so like reachable. A lot of people, a lot of CEOs, and a lot of like they don't be talking to their fans like this, or I mean, as far as or their users like this. They have a customer service, they have someone to call. They got more important things than to hear that you're pissed off because your secret rare comic went down or some shit that you just bought went down. Look, don't buy it. I didn't buy them. You know, it's funny. I didn't buy Band Leader either, and not because I didn't want to go for the drop. It's because I was doing something else. I think one of the horse races with the family and something. I was so busy that day, and I just didn't have time. I missed it, and then that was like the beginning of like things going on the retail and people kind of being like, "Oh shit," you know, um, things are even Mickey Mouse ain't holding it up. Like can't keep this thing going, and I ended up just picking it up in the aftermarket. And even then, I bought the ultra rare way too early. I bought it at 250 to complete that set. Got way too like didn't
Yeah, I
listen to
paid.
my own advice. Just waited only like a week or two. It was like at 300, three something, dropped down to 250, kind of sat there. I was like,
Yep.
it's a good price. Let me just take care of it now because there's gonna be they're gonna delist them off the market. That was like the thing, like
Which it, and the comment on that one, Bandleader, is down to 11 gems.
11.
11 gems,
So
which
that
is like, which
so
is
that's what I
not
mean.
a financial advice, but that's a
Stackers delight.
stackable. Yeah,
That's
like
why. So
that's a stack easy. Like, goddamn, you stack those shits. That, but yeah, it's not financial advice. Like I said, just fuck. If you
it's
could
a
do it right now, I can't do it
stacker's
right now.
delight.
If I had waited all the time until now, like goddamn, but
It happened to me too.
who could have
It
foresaw this
happened.
shit
And
like
to
this
think you
though?
were gonna be 9 months patient, like not no one on the YouTube, no one. Randy Chavez was loading up hit the bases too back in January, February, talking about Omi's gonna go to 5 cents and then we'll have 10 cent party and all that 5 cent party. And I was all, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm buying Omi at like 80% higher than it is right now. I don't blame him. I was drinking the same Kool-Aid. I was reading the same shit and looking at it and being like, hey, this looks pretty cool. This looks pretty solid. Like, and we're following the team, and the team said, hey, we're gonna get exchanges next month. And once we're on, layer two on IMX or Ethereum on Ethereum's blockchain, hey, we're gonna go to new exchanges, and it didn't happen. And I know people have, they could cry over, but hey, I get the frustration. You follow a project, you think you're doing your homework, you think you're like, no, I'm listening, and no one else is doing this research or that, and then it still don't happen. It's frustrating, but
Yep.
you do have to see what has been accomplished, and you also have to understand too, like at some point, Vivi will have to play that card, like they're gonna have to play the like we know better, just shut up and let and trust us, like we're the pilots, you guys are the passengers, we're already up in the air. Now you want to jump out with a parachute and try your luck, go for it. Like guarantee a lot of people who already got out, they'll come back in, but they're gonna have to come back in with fresh money because whatever they cashed out, if they put it in anything else, it's down. Or just living right now is so
It's gonna go
expensive,
down. Yeah.
it's you're gonna eat at it. So is Vivi might be the best little piggy bank in a lot of ways, where you're like, cool, I got it parked here. I honestly might feel a little more comfortable here because I kind of know where the prices are now, and it's the money I already spent. So I'm kind of just sitting on it, and keeping it there. But I have no doubts in my head we will see another huge flush out and another huge, like, especially for the big boys. The $7, which one did you say was a $7 for the common? Which one did you say was a $7 common right now? Was
Fuck, I
band
can't
leader,
remember.
right?
Band leader is 11 gems.
11. I'm sorry. The same way we see that, like those won't suffer. The band leader $11 ones in this next like dump off, like that we're gonna
Yeah,
see like end of the
dude.
year, end of the quarter type shit. Um, those are gonna just be like
Dude, Red Skull fucking Marvel Mighty is down to 109. gems.
109.
Damn. That is the ultra rare. There is no secret rare in that series right there. That is wild, man. Damn.
Well, you have to understand,
I
like,
haven't been looking because I haven't been wanting to spend anything. I don't want to spend shit right now. I don't want to buy anything. Nothing feels right at all. But I have been noticing on certain shit when I do take a look, is that the fucking listings there for some of them aren't that high. There's not a big amount of listings, and the floors are low. The floors are low, and the listings are not high. So I'm
yeah,
like, God damn.
they're thin floors. But again, as soon as they get swept, new people come in and they'll replenish it. And they'll be like, I'm willing to sell that. You know, eventually it gets down to a psychological, like, this is what I think this is worth, and I won't sell it for any less unless I'm hella desperate. You know, like I know this mic out the box brand new is $350, you know, or whatever, but like I won't let it go for anything less than 200 or whatever it may be in my mind, right? Like if I get super desperate, there's only so much I'm willing to, because it's like, nah, I'll find someone else who will buy that for 200, because that's already a deal. If not 190, 180, you know, whatever it may be. And the same thing happens with these, dude. And we just have to go through it. We just got to go through this process. And Vivi, I know back in the background, they're laughing their ass off. They're happy. They're happy. Trust me. They don't have a care in the world. Of course, they have pressures and everything else as far as the things they have to
Complaints and
deliver. Yeah, yeah.
I
They have
believe
everything.
I seen people ganging up on people because of apparent death threats, but I can't confirm it. I could not find anything like that. But people were like, "What's wrong with you people? Trying to send death threats or trying to threaten people because I don't know who got threatened or what." But I was just like, "Damn, people are pissed."
But here, look. This is my point. Like, the reason that Vivi might be actually smiling, or at least grateful for the fact that at least during this time they can just develop. They can just worry about the product and doing that. Although even with this crazy ass community, even with all this crazy stuff that goes on, I'm sure they're like, hey man, it's better than having 5 million of you crazy ass fools right now. Because
Yep.
we would be in over our head with 5 million of you guys. Like, thank God you guys got other shit to worry about and everything went down. Like,
And that's one. Well, that's one thing too, is that like when all the people are pissed and they're selling, and they might regret it because we don't know when the adoption of this, because it doesn't have to scale too high. That's the crazy shit. So even if you're looking at these floors and they're low and they're lower than they've ever been, and you were way higher, right? That was a kind of a false market having to do with the bots and everything, and us being in a bull run. Now it's flipped to the bear market. But let's just say they double. If they don't even double, they get a 0.5% jump. So if we're at 10K active users, that it goes to 15K. So you're looking at these floors and you want to give them that little boost. Cool. Now and right now the thing about it is, when I came in the app, a lot of shit was way too expensive. I'm like, fuck, I would want that, but I can't afford that. Almost everything's affordable right now. Like even if it's not like you're gonna have to save up paychecks or like take a piece from a few paychecks, like it's gonna take you a few weeks to get certain shit. Like, nah, you might not want to put your money in, but if you're not putting in as much, it doesn't seem as unreal. And if it's just like to buy that experimental buy, that all right, let me get one. There's a lot of good shit you could pick up right now for the low gems. But I'm just saying, let's say they double, so then double your floors. Let's say triple. That's only 30,000 people. The fact that there's so little active users that are actually doing this shit, that should be something people are happy about, because it's not gonna take that much more. Like, imagine it gets to 5 million people on the app. Like, goddamn, then what? Then what? Think of these items that are there, and you're like, fuck, I sold that shit at this. The floors would just be so high. If 5 million, if it gets to 1 million, that's even being sounding greedy in my head. Like,
right,
fuck,
right,
but it doesn't have to scale too high for you to see those profits, even for those crybabies that are just all mad all the time. It's
right,
like, dude, when you actually get it, when they get to that point, you just got to ride the storm. Shit ain't easy. I don't know why the fuck you guys thought you're gonna get rich overnight with this shit. It was always gonna be the long term play. Motherfuckers got greedy, It was working for a little bit, but it was manipulation. Now we're in the real market of it. You get to see things, watch how it plays out, try to be smart with your moves. Now look, almost all my buys are technically bad buys except for the drops I've hit that I've gotten good ones on, right? Well, fuck it. But I know that it's not going to take that long for me to recoup because I didn't buy that high. I didn't buy at the all-time highs. I didn't buy anything I have at an all-time high. I don't have not one item, unless you count the retail drop, but not even then they go higher than that. So once we do start gaining that momentum with the few people, as I'm saying, it's only going to take a few. That's why those little conventions, people can get a little happy if we're able to bring in more people. If David, you and them can appeal to the more people as they're doing this Comic Con run, still got New York Comic Con coming up. I just got invited to another fucking Bat Cow party, but it's in New York the same week as
Did
the
you
New
get your
York
other
Comic
Bat
Con.
Cow thing? They said they
Yeah,
sent
dude, it's great. I already got
the
my
the
comic book.
first comic,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
already
got
got.
the
I have
first
the first one, and I'm
DC.
I'm a part of that shit. My name
That's
is
dope.
on as one of the. I don't know if it's like as a creator or whatever. I don't know what it goes listed as, but yeah, I got that shit. Shit's dope. It's fucking dope. I'm gonna get my Harley Quinn, my free one, coming up soon too.
That's
They're doing that.
sexy.
I'm telling you that they're doing that one right. But my point is like those people, those back cows, almost all of them. I'd say about 95% of them fuck with Vivi. 95% of them. They all got that. If they're back out holders, they got the red O in their name, and it's like it's full of Vivi users. So all these little things that Vivi's gonna be doing on this Comic Con run, the people are gonna be there, and if they just keep spreading the word, eventually they plant enough seeds, something's gonna grow eventually. Now, this is the first year they get to do the Comic Con runs because of the pandemic, so that also held them back. And I don't know how people don't factor that in. The first year of Vivi's existence, they could have been doing this since last year, but the pandemic did not allow it.
Right,
So
right,
like we're already behind schedule on as far as publicity goes because
right.
their tour, their run, it got held back a year. No one's giving them that slack. It's like, nah, fuck that. You guys made promises. Like, dude, imagine they were hoping for the best and they got the worst, like most people did during the pandemic that
Right,
lost
right.
out, that couldn't do their events, that couldn't keep shit moving like
Hey,
that.
we know exactly how
That
it
shit
feels.
is what happened to Vivi just the same. And
We know
people
exactly
were
how it
holding it
feels.
against them like, bro, that's all I keep thinking about though when I'm seeing all that shit. Cause I'm like, yeah, look, if you really wanted to go add everyone who's an active user, you could probably get close to it. Like, dude, if you want to add every active user, like on Twitter, the people who post their
Well,
shit,
again, active
you
user
know,
is still like a loaded term.
lower
Like,
term, but I mean like a daily
because I was trying to
user,
look it up
someone,
for just
let's say,
Pokemon Go. I think they reached like 136 million users annually, though. So they like on the daily they had like 7 million or something or more, 10 million on the daily. So imagine 10 million people going for a drop or participating on the VV app, like whether it's posting or doing this, like that's so fucking like the scale of that is so crazy. Even half of that, even a tenth of that compared to where they're at now, at the time when they were said over a million active users, yeah, a lot of them were probably bots, most of them, or you want to say half, I don't know. I would say higher than 30%, probably closer to 40 to 60% range, probably at its most extreme towards the end. Maybe it was like a gang of them while a bunch of people left the app. We were all fooled and it was just a bunch of bots. And it was just really the same community, like the same 15, 20,000 at the time. And then, fucking,
I've gone a little lower from all the crybabies.
well, people have gotten quieter, and I have to admit too, like I'm not on the app as much either because I'm hustling. I'm trying to make money right now and focus on my business, and everyone's gonna have to have that choice too and do that kind of stuff. And brings us to the next thing. Vivi sent the email with the Rumble contest, which I believe begins soon, but it'll be a contest. Let me pull up the email that way I don't sound like a fool, which I
It
always
begins the
do.
22nd, tomorrow.
It
So Thursday
begins
the
tomorrow.
22nd, you got to create a fight scene using Vivi Digital Collectibles, which I already know. Like, I'm like, dude, I would try, but fuck no. I've already seen these people on fucking Twitter. They be doing sick ass shit.
Well, you can't have any special effects, it says.
Don't
To
matter.
keep it fair, so you have like official rules are go as such. Create an epic fight scene using 3 or more collectibles. Entry can be a video or static image. Create your scene in AR or in a showroom environment. Feel free to add music or combine multiple screen recordings. To keep all entries fair, no special effects in SIE After Effects or non VV collectibles will be allowed. Entry by creating a Twitter or Instagram post using the hashtag VVRumble, tag at VV in the caption. Instagram reels or stories will not count as entries. For your entry to display on our gallery, your IG or Twitter account must be set to public. Only one entry per VV user will be accepted. Duplicate entries will be excluded. Submissions must be original and appropriate for all audiences. Explicit or derogatory content will result in disqualification. Top 3 winners will be decided based on community votes. David Yu will pick the grand prize winner. Winners will be contacted privately via social media, direct message. Winners who do not respond within 48 hours will forfeit their prize, and the next runner up will be selected and notified in the same manner. Participants must be at least 18 years or older with a VV account that is good standing and must not live in a restricted country. Voting opens the 22nd and closes the 29th. Booyah. Some utility or a contest. Not really utility. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a contest. It's a contest. It's a little
You
promotion. It's
win
publicity.
some low mints on some certain shit. Obviously, the grand prize comes with the most collectibles,
And it's the
the best
recognition. It's the
mints.
recognition from the team.
Yeah. So
Pardon me.
so fun thing, they probably thought of it too. Like
Pardon me,
what
sir.
could help the sentiment towards us right now? Like, can we do something fun that's interactive with the community? That's what they came up with because you already seen them on Twitter since before, and they all the ones. There's ones that use they literally only use collectibles. They don't add anything extra, but they just come up with some dope ass shit. And then they use like the filters that Vivi allows you to do on the app when you're gonna post to the feed. Dude,
Right.
they be putting some sick ass shit together with that, like using the lightsabers, using I forgot one dude made it look like the Death Star but gold. It was like gold, and he did a all Star Wars one, and it was like fuck, that one looked badass. But I forgot what collectible he had that was gold that he flipped. It must have been a golden moment. But the
Right.
bottom of it, yeah, like he made it look like it was the Death Star. Shit was
Then that's
sick.
dope. Then
I
it
remember being
might
like,
spur up
damn.
certain stuff in the market, like that orb, that Coca-Cola orb. People love to mess with that one.
Yeah,
And even though
that's
it's
a
like
popular one.
it might go from like $7 to $9, like, oh man, what a gain. It's not about that. It's just like they're creating that demand for it right there. Just like if you were like, hey, play with your toys, collect all the X-Men. Oh, you want to be the kid who set up the epic battle and did the one from the movie or from the comic, and now you're right here, and it's dope. That's dope. I think that's the element too with making. We are talking about it another episode, making animation on these more higher quantity mints. So doing them on the common and the uncommon and doing animation on them. Vivi's like, hey, if more of the regular people have these in their hand, they're more likely to post these ARs because
Oh yeah,
some of their best ARs,
everyone posts their fucking
the Mickey Mouse.
animated. Like, nah, just in general, fucking you get the animated. That's the one you want to put out there. You want to show people and
Right,
shit.
but if the animated is only on secret rare, like the dopest animation, and there's just not that many secret rares in
Yeah,
rotation, and
nah,
on
that's what I'm
top of
saying.
that, they're all like big whales or people with big money who might be like older people and people who ain't really doing all kinds of stuff like that or don't have the following. Like VV wants anyone with the following in a sense, not anyone like just repost it, but obviously it'd be nice if organically they can hook people in. That's always the best way. That's all, like you don't trust the restaurant to say, oh, they got the best food. Every restaurant's gonna say they got the best
No,
food.
and so
If you ask a restaurant, hey, how's your food? They're not gonna say,
and
oh, it's all right, but the spot next to us is actually much better. No, they're gonna tell you our shit's the best.
and this
But
is the shit too with that though. This is what I'm saying. They fucking they flipped the script on it. And now you can have the best one, let's say the animated one that's cool, and the secret rare they're gonna make that valuable because there's so little. So now, yeah, it's not the animated one, But people with that secret rare, you need this one. That's, let's say you need this cheap one. That's only, it's only valuable because it's scarce. But that one's the badass one. That's the animated. All you fools have that badass one. You hit the common, but you can't complete your set without getting this one from me. Like that shit. That's the part that flips on it. Like it's just pretty crazy.
Right.
You
From a
know,
collecting
like, yeah,
standpoint.
because you're like, oh shit, well, this one's badass, this one's animated. Well, yeah, but if you want to complete the set now, you're gonna have to buy that one that you're considering playing compared to your other one that you already got. I already got the
And I think with
animated one.
secret rares too, they're obviously giving the most unique pose, you know. And like they've said, the common is the most common, the most popular pose, the most, you know, iconic one, the one people are always gonna remember, and all that, you know. And then the secret rare is a special one, and it still keeps that even
Yeah.
without the animation with the Mickey Mouse, because you know he's too much magic or whatever it is, right? No, that's the other one. I forgot what the caption is, but you know he's staring at the bucket or something, and it's just unique in its own right. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see if they make like commons animated now, and maybe even have a little more advanced
Damn.
animation, like get a few more, maybe a second more, or 2 seconds more of another move or
Uncommon
something.
invaders below retail.
Dun dun dun.
Damn. Sorry to interrupt,
Stacker's
but
delight.
god damn.
It's a stacker's delight, my
Under
friend.
retail by 5 gems. That is wild. Damn. But I get it. I get it. That's people fucking just trying to load up those gems. Like, well, fuck it. They paid 80 for that. Take the 75. You get the George Lucas tax and the VV tax, and then you're left with probably like 65,
No, I mean take the 80.
67.
Let's call it 10%. So you lose $8. You get $72. You still sold
No,
it
you're
from the
selling it for
retail.
75 right now.
Oh, 75. So
Yeah,
then you
so
lose
that's what I'm saying.
750. So yeah, like $65, $64.
Yeah. See,
But what are you gonna get with that now? You're gonna go take that 64 and just like get
that
out,
is crazy.
go pay a bill. But you gotta sell 1,000. Man, it's a
Yep.
stacker's delight. All I know is that the whales are getting fatter. That's all that's happening. The whales are getting
Yeah, the ones that
fatter,
still got the income coming
and the
in, rolling
shrimps,
in, banging,
yeah,
they're the ones who are fucking taking up all
yeah.
these
They're like,
shits.
what flow? Like, I got that money. I still got liquid. You broke motherfuckers ran out of money. I'm still in the casino,
Damn, Green
bitch.
Goblins 105.
Damn, he's came down a lot.
Holy
But
shit,
how about that
man.
Doom? How about that Doom? He's still what?
Doom is still, I think
Around
he always holds
300?
the best because it's Doom. It just looks dope.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just gotta ride the wave, ride the storm,
Let's see,
keep
Doom.
stacking. Just keep
Doom is
stacking.
down to 190.
190 for Doom, so he's under 200. So he's broken that
Dr. Doom.
200, like that psychological boop. So now 150 is in the play, 100 is in the play, even for Doom. That's what I'm saying. The ones that are going to suffer, man, the items that are going to suffer are not going to be these commons that are really low. They're going to be the fucking big boys, the ones that have been holding just good enough that they could see another fucking sick fall. And relative to, you might see some of the cheaper ones start get listed and undercut, but then it's just who's gonna buy them? You know, you're just gonna hit that floor, and people are just gonna only sell to jump into one of these one of these
Dude,
crazy grails.
you could get the whole Fantastic Four Marvel Mighty set for 230 right now.
Damn.
The whole set.
You know
For
how much?
230.
You know how much?
God damn.
You know how much I paid for Johnny Storm? You know how much I paid for Johnny Storm?
65.
210.
Oh shit. Damn.
And now you
This
can get
shit
the
is
whole set for how much?
230 right now. You could get the whole set for 230. 230 gems. That is fucking crazy.
Fucking
And
Johnny
Doom is
Storm.
190. So just the rest combined is 41 gems.
Damn, go
Yep.
pick that up. That's a good one.
That's fucking wild.
Damn, that's hilarious.
We're seeing some crazy shit right now
Well,
in
pickup
this market.
sets, or you know, even with the sets. I forgot who I was watching. I think it was Foster Hill. He was talking about like MCP kind of being cool to have and be a part, but as far as like strategically lining up your moves and your plays just for MCP, he can't see it being that worth it, right? And I kind of agreed with him, but then I thought on the flip side, like, if you're able to land like an exclusive fucking item or a grail because of some MCP points, sure, we may not be able to compete with the likes of the big whales, but shit, if PV gets back to that 35,000, 50,000 fucking mints, like if they get to like 5 million active users, or a million plus, let's just say a million plus again,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to be begging for more mints. They're going to demand it. They're going to go crazy. They'll be like, stop dropping these 10,000, it's not fair. I haven't hit in so long, all these new people, and
Yeah.
and yeah, I like that all my stuff went up, but they weren't even here to suffer, and now everyone's gonna be all mad. All right, Vivi, they're gonna beg them, please take our money, please. 50,000 mints, 100,000 mints. It's not fair. There's too many people.
But also I think the like with the lamp, the fucking securing yourself in the drop by doing something else, whether it's already owning a set or purchasing something, I think that's in the cards already, and that's what they're gonna do. So like I think you're gonna get your reserved spot regardless of MCP. They already introduced us to a different way. Although they did mention
But hitting the initial drop still
that
pissed
Disney
people off. Missing that initial drop still pissed people
oh no,
off.
no, yeah, yeah. But I'm
So
just saying
doing
that
that initial
like
drop, people, they want to reward the people who've
some
already been
people
here.
win, you know?
But anyway, I was just saying, like, play devil's advocate. I get what Foster Hill says in a sense of like, is MCP that important when you can? Why would you spend money right now to complete sets to get MCP points? That's somehow going to pay off when you could just be spending that money on stacking another item or a grail that you probably never thought you could get. That's the situation we're at, just in the point of the market we're in. And then as we go along, it'll just be a nice little bonus. Like, yo, we're already up. And yeah, this is nice that I get some extra points. I get to win some other stuff, like, but it's not gonna be giving away ultra rare raiders and shit with these MCP. We're gonna get art. We're gonna get some VV shit,
Shit.
t-shirt. Motherfuckers act like they're gonna be giving away a walt every time. And so we're gonna be doing raffles. Look at the contest. There's not like
It's all
it,
artists
yeah, it's
the
artist stuff.
yeah, all the decon shit. Which is cool. Those mints are low. They're giving you the really, really good low mint, triple digit.
I mean, I gotta meet the team when I won at the decon kickoff party. Don't forget that. When I won my
Well,
fucking
you won twice, but you only got one.
oh yeah, true, but you're only supposed to win one. One was for Celeste. She didn't hear it, so whatever. It was a Mace Windu Sky fucking lightsaber anyway.
Yeah, it was mint number 41.
No, it was not.
It was.
No, it wasn't. They never said that.
They said mint number 39 actually.
Bullshit.
He blew it.
Celeste has
Blew it.
bad hearing. I blame her. Anyway, gotta strategize right now. It's a stacker's delight. Go get that money. Go hustle. Go do what you got to do. We still believe in this project. We still enjoy this shit. We still like coming together on our Wednesdays and smoking our J's and drinking our water and our big
Hell
cokes
yes.
and just talking about this VV stuff because it keeps us sharp. And look, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. And you know why people dump too, and why people are dumping like their stocks and shit like that too. Don't get it twisted. It's so that they can buy back in when it's lower and they
Yep.
can be in a better position when this shit turns. Those are the only players in the game right now. The regular Joe Schmo, they're not in the game right now. They already left. They left the stadium. They drove home. They fucking put their shit away. They're like, I'm done. They took a shower. They felt dirty. They feel all types of way right now. But we're right here still in the fucking game. Like we never fucking left. And when the moment that shit turns will be the people who benefit. We'll tell the story when they're like, oh, that lamp, it ended up giving another wish. Or every year on the anniversary of
If you
completing
own it,
golden moments, if you have that, it gives you a wish where it emits another golden moment. And people are like, why, what the fuck? Like,
if I
who, you don't,
only knew
if,
this.
like, I don't know, you don't know. It's never for nothing. Disney never does anything just because. They really think their shit through. They really vet everything. Every move is calculated. And people like seem to be overlooking that in some way. Like this is like Disney's little dirty secret, little bastard child, from Game of Thrones and shit. Like, we don't know about this VV shit. Like, no, they tied it in with Disney Plus. They did the finale. They're, this shit lines up a little too much on it. Everything they be releasing, then we get it right there. They did the Disney Princess thing, and then they have it lined up with the Disney Plus, and they were talking about the castles and all this shit, a documentary about it. Then they do the Coco on the castle and all, and have the Coco sing along, and it's like all this shit ties the fuck in on what they're doing. It's in the factory line of Disney right now, and we just happen to be at the eye level to see it, and that's what we got to do. Just keep our eyes open, keep our nose down, and keep sniffing this stuff out, and we'll be good, dude. When this shit turns, we will be there. We gonna ride this shit out together. Episode 31. Jesus, it's been a
Yep.
crazy ride.
We'll
Well,
see
we
how
got
it
a long
is.
way to
And
go.
we'll see how it is at a year, It's gonna be a crazy ride. Will it be worse or will it be better?
52.
Will we have Pokemon by then?
How many more?
Who
20,
knows?
21 more weeks. So what's that?
I don't know, but people better not be bitching about when Pokemon comes on.
5 months
You
from now.
motherfuckers be like, oh, they didn't release enough and all this bullshit. When you guys brought all these people out for the big drops, bastards.
Fuck, dude. I think we're gonna see like the dump of the dumps, right? Get at like the final shakeout type shit, like in the next couple months, November, like this, like maybe after December, after January, after people spend that money from fucking on Christmas, like right on cue, how Americans do. Like everyone just pretends everything's cool, and then January it just fucking
Well, dude, to get through
whatever.
the
January,
holidays,
February,
it's like,
right? January, February, we finally see that like that. I think it keeps going down right now. People kind of get shook, but it keeps kind of just holding on. And then somewhere towards the end of the year, stocks and crypto too, just poof, and crypto. People finally see that Bitcoin low that they want, like 15,000, 14,000, maybe 10. I don't know, like or gets close to that 13,000, that cost of production fucking number, right? Um, but when we see that, we will see more pain in VV, dude, because risk assets like this, they suffer. But on the flip side too, we have art on the app, which might be something worth looking into. And I know I'm just kind of talking to myself at this point, but look, art actually appreciates even during a recession. It appreciates better than gold and better than other commodities and shit like this. Like, look it up. Art has actually been appreciating the most during these times, and we have art on the app. Given it's digital art, it's tied into NFTs. But go look at the Patrick Hughes. His shit's still holding.
well, it was under retail for a while. And I kind of regret not getting it back then because it was at like, I think I seen it at like 160, 165. Right now it's at 215.
Right. So I think that if within the app too, if people start viewing these digital collectibles as David, you and them want premium digital like that, right? Within it, like how do I put it? Fuck, it's kind of hard. Like you want to have that exclusivity, that high end feel, but you want the common person as far as like adoption. You want anyone to be able to walk in and understand it, and then decide I'm into this, I'm not. They might not be into it, but you want them to be able to come through, have a pleasant experience, and be like, "Hey, that shit was cool. Yeah, it's not for me." Da, da." And then you get the crazy fanatics and everything else within that. So Vivi will figure that out. Um, But anyway, I got sidetracked from what I was going to say. February 2023. I think we're lower, dude. I know, but there's nothing to tell us. There's nothing indicating that we're going to be up, except the fact that we just think it should be. Nothing indicates.
We will see what happens. Holy fuck. So much shit is low, man. Fuck, I should have never came to the comics.
Oh yeah,
Comics are fucking holy shit.
super low.
Damn.
And I was telling you, like Amazing Spider-Man #1, like that fool was dumping them. I think he posted one for 1.3, the secret rare. Amazing Spider-Man #1, 1.3K. I was like, what the fuck? Then the next lowest one was 1.9. Then the next one was like 2.3. And then it was like real thin floors back up to like 3-5K real quick. But this dude was just dumping. So anyway, man, this was good. Felt good to get back live. We'll get more active on the app.
Keep doing it.
We'll get more active on the app, and we'll get back to the lives on Wednesdays. I know we didn't really have no one tuning in, but we'll hit up Corey. We'll hit up Ronnie. Hopefully they see this later. We'll see you guys later.
For sure. Well, you guys have a good weekend. Good week. See y'all next Wednesday.
Premium digital.
Maybe
dope.
like always, we might come in and say we got hit with another fucking bomb from David.
It's been quiet. It's been quiet. So we might get the Millennium Falcon.
So we'll see what's gonna happen.
And then everyone's selling even more. Peace.